Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, this is TopTenzNet, and in the video today we're going to be looking at the top 10 most lucrative crimes. Crime does not pay, so the old saying goes, but if you take a look at the top 10 crimes in today's video and the amounts involved, you have to admit why some decide it is too lucrative to be bad. There are some illegal activities you will not find surprising, such as the drug trade, which takes the top billing, but there are also some that will surprise you, such as illegal fishing, which robs developing countries of much-needed revenue to develop their infrastructure, or the human trafficking problem, which is the equivalent to carting off the entire population of Utah. There is no such thing as a victimless crime. Even counterfeiting or the selling of illegal oil costs all of us something, even if it is simply our humanity. Let's get on with today's video.
The top 10 most lucrative crimes. Number 10. Human organ trafficking. This unpalatable trade brings in around $1.2 billion per year. Primarily poor people in undeveloped countries such as China, Peru, India, Turkey, and Brazil are the victims of this trade, sometimes referred to as neo-cannibalism. Organs are sold to the highest bidder from countries such as the US, Canada, Italy, and Japan. People at the front of hospital waiting lists will never see these organs, and though the donors are not victims of unfortunate premature death, this is still a dirty business. The donors sell their organs to support their families, and they sell their internal organs for a fraction of what they're worth on the black market. Number 9. Gold. The illegal trade in gold is worth around $2.3 billion annually. The primary countries for illegal gold include Peru, 40% of its gold production is illegal, Russia, Uzbekistan, Mali, Brazil, Argentina, and Papua New Guinea. The gold ends up in richer countries worldwide. Illegal gold is gold which is mined and produced without a license from the country's authorities, typically depriving them of billions of dollars in revenues, while the miners themselves are paid a miserly proportion of the real value of the gold produced. Number 8. Lumber trade. Worth an estimated $4.9 billion, the illegal deforestation of highly prized timber takes place primarily in Central Africa, Southeast Asia, and of course, South America. The lumber usually ends up in the United States or European Union after being sent to China. Illegal timber operations are usually able to carry out their illegal activities because local corruption provides fake work permits. Number 7. Art theft. This illegal activity is worth around $6.3 billion each year. Crooks make billions out of stolen art and cultural artifacts typically taken from countries such as China, Thailand, Turkey, Afghanistan, and Iraq, and the goods wind up in the hands of rich consumers in Europe and the US. Illegal art is used as currency within the major drug cartels, and those drug cartels are also behind most of the illegal trade in stolen art. Number 6. Illegal wildlife trading. This activity accounts for up to $10 billion per year, though some estimates put it at around $25 billion. Animals are primarily sourced from Africa and Southeast Asia and sold to buyers in China for traditional medicine and Europe and the United States. In the last 8 years, the tiger population in India has been cut by 50% as a result of wildlife poaching and trafficking. Number 5. Illicit oil. The illegal oil trade is worth about $10.8 billion each year. Illegal oil sales originate from oil-producing countries including Russia, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Venezuela, Mexico, and Bulgaria. Who buys the illegal oil is hard to determine, but it is believed to be shipped to nearby countries. Around 183 million barrels of oil, or 500,000 barrels a day, are produced and sold illegally. Number 4. Illegal fishing. The illegal fishing trade is worth up to $11.3 billion per year, primarily based in Southeast Asia and Africa, with customer countries including Japan, Europe, the US, South Korea, and China. Indonesia alone is responsible for 1.6 million tons of illicit fish sold on the international markets. The trade deprives the developing countries whose fish stocks are raided of tax revenues in the billions, further hampering their efforts to develop economically for the benefit of their people. Number 3. Human trafficking. The world trade in our fellow man is worth $31.6 billion. Most slaves are brought from undeveloped or corrupt countries such as the former Soviet Union, Brazil, Colombia, certain North African countries, and India, Pakistan, and China. Around 2.5 million people are victims. That's about the population of the state of Utah. Number 2. Counterfeiting. This practice is worth a whopping $250 billion per year. Primarily, the counterfeiting countries include China, Russia, Taiwan, India, Malaysia, and the Philippines, and most of the goods produced are sold back to China, as well as the US and Europe. The US dollar holds the status of international currency, and this makes it a prime target for counterfeit operations, and the US dollar is the most forged currency on Earth. Number 1. Drugs. Worth over $300 billion per year, this amount includes only drugs shipped across international borders and is primarily made up of cocaine and opiates such as heroin. The majority of marijuana and amphetamines are domestically produced and sold locally. Afghanistan is responsible for 75% of opiate production, with the remainder produced in Myanmar and Mexico. Since the invasion of Afghanistan by American-led coalition forces, production has doubled to 7,000 tons. Almost all cocaine is produced in Colombia, Bolivia, and Peru, and is worth about $88 billion per year.
So I really hope you loved that video. If you did, we put out brand new content just like this 7 days a week. All videos go live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get those by clicking the subscribe button below. If you like this video, you're also going to like a couple of our other criminal-based lists. There's the top 10 stupidest ways that criminals got themselves caught. And another one, which is one of my favorites, is the top 10 crimes that are too ridiculous even for the movies. And you can find those right over there. So again, thank you for watching and see you next time.